Hello and welcome to Affinity. This is the inside of the Church of the Spilled Blood in St Petersburg, and it's amazing. This is all tiles, and I'm going to do a fairly sort of free-form kind of tinker around edit of it, so I might go wrong, I might be a bit boring, I don't know. But anyway, here we go. So let's start off. What I'm going to do first of all is I look at this. Where's the focus? And the focus is this face here. And it's a bit of an angle, so I want to rotate it. So to do that, I could sort of squish around here, but it'd be easy if I turn this into a circle first. So I can get a shape just to go at that. I'm going to go up here first, and if I sort of put near the centre and Control Shift and drag that out, that's going to give that, and then start off getting the top and bottom there. So I need to get the top and bottom there just about the same, so I need the sides the same here now. So what I'm going to do is, let's go back to the beginning, go back to the bottom layer there, turn off the lock so I can stretch things. I'm basically going to stretch it, and so I'm going to stretch this out here, and then bring, select the ellipse, bring that over here. Let's sort of get in here a bit further, because I want this to fit neatly onto that. So it needs to stretch a little bit further. Oops. How's that? That's pretty good. Make sure I've got this selected okay. I need a bit more stretch on that, just to get that fairly close as possible. There you go, that's pretty good. Now then, if I go out here, I've actually pulled this out here, so I need to stretch the canvas to fit, so I'll just pull that out there. I can really crop it back into where I want it to be later. Right, now then, I want to cut that thing out, so I want to turn this into a selection. And a way to do this is a trick with this, which is if I go to the pen tool here, make sure I've selected this, go to the, now before I do that, whilst I'm on this tool here, I need to convert to curves. Then I go to the pen tool, and then I've got turn to selection here. Bing, there we go. Now then, what I do here is I'm going to put a slight feather on the end of that. So I go to select and feather. I'll just put 2 pixels there, just to make that a little bit easier to blend. Then I Control C and Control V, so it's copy and paste, so it's on a layer by itself now. So I can go into this now, and I should go to the move tool, be able to rotate it. Here we go, look at that. There we go. How's that? Is that rotated right? Does that feel about straight? I can turn it again, because I got it centered nicely. It just rotates around there quite well. There we go. That'll be about right. And if I select out here, Control D, what's that like around the edges? That's pretty good. I'm not going to notice anything there. Right, now what I also want to do is, this isn't quite centered here. So I'm going to have a go at using the mesh warp tool here to kind of adjust that across here. So what I'm going to need to do is pull that across. So I'm going to what if I need to do this pull across here, don't I? So if I pull this across here, well, that's going to do the outside, isn't it? Don't need to do that. I'm just going to pull on here. What if I pull that across now? What about this one now? I'm going to pull this across. So this is kind of playing about with this to get where the center of this thing is. Sometimes you need to sort of step right back to get that out. Oops, where's that? Control 0. There we go. Let's get back out again. So that's centered on that middle circular there. I think that's okay, so I apply that. Yeah, there you go. So that now looks pretty central on that. Great, so let's now to start doing some other things here. The bit around it there is a bit funny, so I'm going to select that. First of all, I'm actually going to do something else here. So I'm going to go to, where is it? A paintbrush. And get make that bigger till it sort of covers that there. And put a kind of blob in the middle there. And the reason for that is I want it actually to end up being a mask. So no, I want that on a new layer, don't I? So let's put a there. Now put this in the middle there. Get that nice and centered around here. Basically, I'm going to try and bring this out because at the moment that's a little bit dull. I want that to be stand out more. So what I'm going to do with this here is actually, if I go to the channels, go to the pixel alpha there, right click that and create spare channel. Okay, so now I can get rid of that, because now if I put a thing, actually I'm going to stack up the layers here, so I'm just going to add adjustments as new layers, so they're always going to appear one above the other. So let's go to curves. Yeah, I think of curves. And if I turn this up a bit here, it's getting the whole thing. I have to limit it there, so I right click spare channel, load to curves alpha, and now this is just in there. If I do a little bit of an S curve on that, that's bringing that out a bit more. Out of a blend mode. That's going to be a bit on the dark side, isn't it? Overlay. Overlay brings that out a bit more, doesn't it? I just pull down the opacity a bit, but I can always come back to that and play that with that. So it's always going to keep it within bounds. Now then, let's draw something in here. So I need to draw around this. So this is where you start using the pen for selection. And I'm going to draw around the outside of this. Let's go in a bit closer. And I'm going to click down here. And you can always move these afterwards. I'm going to start using smart mode, and I do that when it's curved because it will pick up the points. You don't have to put so many points in. I can go there now. Hitting backspace brings that back to the beginning. I'm actually going to go up there, this one here, because it gets to a place where I can move it further on from there. And actually I'm going to back off from there and make that one a corner point. Just go to pen mode. I think that will make that one. That's it, and then go back to this one. It'll do. Right, so let's fill that then with something. Maybe just white for now. Maybe we'll try changing that later. Going to put a slight blur in it, and the way to do that is from there to use the FX. I can Gaussian blur this, so I can put a 2 pixel blur on that just to soften the edge. And then, because I've got it here, see this one underneath there, I didn't need that one, do I? No, that's a delete that. This one here, change the blend mode to something. Where am I? Oh, there we go. Will colour burn work? Colour burn's often quite a good one. Can I do that on orange? Yeah, just turn that back a bit. There's a little bit of yellow in there. Not sure. Oh, maybe colour burn is the one. Go out there, go to another one like this and try before and after. It's nudging it. There, I was hoping to bring that out a little bit more. Maybe if I make that black, what if I do that? Or a darker grey. Yeah, that's going to be better, isn't it? Just bounce out a bit more strength up there around that. There we go, look at that. Yeah, it's taking away that faded bit sense around, isn't it? Maybe even a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Right, now then, what else do we want? I've got a light under here. I was trying to match a kind of light going under there. So I'll take the ellipse tool. I'll draw an ellipse here and rotate that. Bring that underneath here so that it matches in there. So let's play with the shape of this ellipse. Yeah, how about that? Now then, I'll soften the edge again. I'm going to put a gradient across it. So get to a gradient here from white to just transparent, I think. Then go down here to the gradient tool and take it this direction. Just a bit of it. There we go. How's that? Then I need to put a mask on that so that I can sort out the bits which are missing and paint in black. And take that overspill there. Yeah, 100% up here. And and shift click for that one to draw a straight line. There we go. It's taken out those there. And let's go back out again. It's far too strong, so you take it down. Try on here. There's that one. That's better. Using the wrong opacity there, so bring this down just to bring that out. Maybe it needs a blend mode change there. Maybe soft light. I'll turn it back up again. It's not too bad. Maybe I need another one, because all I can do here is do a Control J to duplicate it. It wasn't going far enough, so I can now use the second one to control that light. There you go, it's a bit better. Now then, we can do the same, a lot of things around here. This one here, maybe bring up a bit more. So, pen. Just going to go over the darker areas here. Just to the bottom of that dark bit. And this is going to go up to the then go to the node tool to kind of tweak those things that need to be a corner point. There, that one back up to corner, so they turn that one as a corner. Right, and if I fill that then with just white initially, 2 pixels up there. And then do a blend. Maybe an overlay. See the way that pulls that out? That really yanks that out, doesn't it? Bit much to thing, but we can turn that down a bit and just bring it up. So seeing that's just bringing that one up nicely. Go outside to see that there. See, and that's kind of matching that over there a bit more now. How about put a bit of light around here? So I'm going to put, just go up to the top of this and put a new layer in there, and paintbrush. And make that white. That's just about big enough. That's as far as will go. This is a high-res picture, as you might have guessed, and just a soft light on it, and then bring that down. So just a little bit of, is there going to be a bit of glow on that? Not sure about that. Maybe you need a contrast more. Yeah, overlay just brings that out a bit more. Just bring that around a bit more. How's that? Yeah, just put a bit more light around that. Let's do a sunbeam as well from the window here. So we'll go to the pen tool. We'll just make it light up this picture here. Fill that with white. Change the corners a bit. Go to the node tool. That corner I want to be straight. That one should be a corner as well. And that one as well. Should have done it in a normal mode anyway. Now a bit of blur. This one's just going to be big, and type in a big number here, so let's say 500. Maybe not quite so much. 400. Yes, that's more like it. Then fade that off, so put a gradient into it. So it's from that one there to transparent. Just push that down a little bit. That's good. Make sure that that's, where's the gradient there? We need to go along this way. There we go. Then we'll Control J, duplicate that, and go to the gradient and reverse it, and use that as a mask. So I'm going to put a curves in. It's going to go down here and add a bit of contrast on that, and right click mask to below. So I'm using this to mask the effect of the curves there, so maybe I'll need to, oops, I think you can see the effect. Just add a contrast where it's shining. See the difference? Yeah. Not sure if I change the blend mode of that. Yeah, put a colour burn onto it. So how's that? Yeah, that's better. So that light is shining down onto this. I can ease off on this a bit now. Yeah, there we go. So it's not too strong of an effect. This one here, I can do things like similar sort of thing. Just use the pie tool. So where's this going to be? I'm going to, oops, double click that. So that comes down around here. That one goes up around there. And we bring this one over that light. Change that fill to a colour white and put just a bunch of blur on it. So FX and Gaussian blur, turn that up and close, make that a little bit bigger, bring it back over there, and soft light, and maybe change the colour a bit to a little bit of orange. Yeah, just to match that in. Always good to do a kind of before and after on that. And then we can do click and shift click to the bottom there and do a before and after. So overall there's the picture. Let's put it on that so you haven't got lines in the way. So I do before and after. Before and after. There we go. We could keep on working with this, but I've already done 25 minutes. Good hot. The time just flew by. But you can see the way that you can do things, just picking on things, pushing a bit of contrast here and a bit of light in here, and go back over and round things, and you can spend hours doing this. Anyway, that's way enough for now, and thank you very much for watching.